Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, August 14th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. First off, a couple of clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, BSLK, the talk of the town today. Absolutely monster move, big volume. So yes, a lot of people talking about it. And now we have a good quality pattern here that is formed headed into Thursday. So let's map out this pattern. And first part of it is just the fact that, yeah, there's been this pullback. Fair enough. Nothing can go straight up. So there's this pullback that has occurred. And at the same time, while the pullback has played out, we have this area down here as more so a lower trend line. So let me change that to green to represent support. And then to make this all easier to see, let's keep the pattern one color. So again, we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big upwards move right here. And then if you are a golfer, put a golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now let me be very clear. And I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because it's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price comes here and breaks through that level, that break right there could create additional buying pressure? Absolutely a plausible situation. So again, guaranteed no, but worthwhile, valid to throw out a question in that regard? Absolutely. So if you like fast movers, you like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one here, MNTS, and I like this one just because there's such a well-defined breakout area here. So as I put this line in place, I'm not trying to press you. I'm not trying to imply this is a great discovery or special talent. But you got to think everybody and their brother's uncle has put a line up right around the $2.38 mark. Not exactly, because here the price went above it a little bit. Right there, the price went slightly below it. But just the middle ground right there around 238. And I make that comment about everybody and they're watching that because when there are lots of people watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movement. So no guarantees, as I mentioned on the previous one, but it's certainly valid to think that if the price comes up here and breaks through that level could create upside buying pressure. So again, a more than valid suggestion to throw out there as a possibility. In terms of areas of support, right now you can see the price has been slowly drifting upwards. I think the best way to do that is just to get this lower trend line in play right there. So keep an eye on that. So sure, it pulled back here, but from an overarching standpoint, everything is still perfectly fine. Now, I do understand if you're a scalper or day trader that bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 2 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, this is a nasty move. But if you do care about the bigger thing, bigger picture, even with this bigger pullback here, the price, like I said, still has plenty of opportunity to build a higher base, stay above that trend line, and then potentially get a breakout of 238. Next one here, TLRY. This will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the previous video, but if you did, I talked about this bull pennant pattern here, which I've already talked about earlier. And again, not all bull pennants do this, but hopefully nobody is shocked to see the price come up here, break through there, and then a very nice breakout the remainder of the day. So got the bull pennant breakout. I'll go ahead and delete those lines out as they serve their purpose for now. And now really the thing that I'm curious about is, yes, the price is above that $1.20 mark, but can it stay above it? Because that is the former breakout area. So let's change that to being level of support now. But can the price stay above there? If it can, that would be an insane amount of strength. So with that said, if the price does fall below this $1.20 mark, by no means the end of the world. I'm not saying the chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. I'm just very curious if the price is able to stay above there. Like I said, that would just be a very, very impressive sign of strength. But from the bigger picture standpoint, the main level of support that matters is that purple line right there, the 50-period simple moving average, keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So it's basically like a trend line that's going to draw itself for you. So as long as the price stays above the overall uptrending trend line, then that implies the price itself is building higher bases. And that's what you want to see from a bullish standpoint. So keep an eye on that trend line as it works its way upwards. But like I said, if the price can actually stay above $1.20, that would be very, very impressive. I'm going to go ahead and change to the daily time frame here, which now just shows what each of these represents one day. Because we have to go back real far in the chart's history now to figure out where the next potential battleground is from a resistance standpoint. And that sits right up there at around $1.27. So crazy movement the past couple of days. But yeah, we'll see if this momentum continues. Next one, looking at PSKY, another big mover today and another bull pennant pattern. So let's get this drawn into play. I'm going to go through this a little quicker because you've already heard me talk about it with some of these other ones. So we have our area of resistance right here. We have our area of support. Let's make that a little bit more proportional. There we go. So change it to green. And because I can't help myself, let's keep it all the same color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big explosive move right there. We have the golf hole down here, and we are looking at yet another bull pennant pattern. So if you're somebody that likes bull pennants, then yeah, you definitely have quite a bit of variety here to choose from headed into Thursday. Next one, NVDA, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that if you've watched past top 10 videos, but you know that we've been talking about that 183.90 mark, and once again this morning, yeah, there was a fake little breakout of it right there, but ultimately that area once again held strong, just like it's done in these past several situations. So from the big picture overall standpoint, yes, public enemy number one remains up there at 183.90, although the first near-term area that you'll want to see the price break above in terms of resistance levels is now that purple line right there, that 50-period moving average. It was doing a good job of providing support, here and here, but just basic rule in charting when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So now moving forward, that area of potential resistance right there at 182.20. So that's the initial resistance. And then again, overarching one up there at 183.90. In terms of levels of support, now the next key level to watch very closely, going to be that 200-period moving average, right now valued at 178.25. In the very near term, what would be the best case scenario? That would be if the price is able to hold above that trend line right there. But if the price doesn't, again, I'm not saying the chart's destroyed because the price still has, the opportunity to stay above that pink line right there. But yeah, overall today, rough day for NVIDIA. Real quick, want to take a break and make you aware of something that could potentially help you out, especially if you are somebody that's frustrated by the pattern day trader rule. You'd like to be a day trader, and when I say day trader, I mean that as being able to day trade as much as you want. So in other words, you have unlimited day trades every single day. If that's something that you are interested in, then definitely check out the market that I've been trading. You can see it at the link at the top of the screen there. But it's a fantastic market. It's open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. No pattern day trader rule. And the market moves very, very smoothly, very, very nicely. So if you like those volatile movements, then you're going to definitely want to check out this market. But I do totally understand if all this sounds a little maybe, wait, huh? But it's what I'm doing. It's what I've spent my money on, put my money into. So if you want to see it play out right before your very eyes, ask me some questions about it. I have been live streaming. I start at 11 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you are reminded of when I go live. And then you can come see it with your very own eyes, ask me questions about it, because I know you're going to see it and say, wow, that's something that should definitely be given a try. Next one here, looking at BMNR, and this will mean way more if you watched the previous video, but if you did, I put in that trend line right there, and you can see right here the power of trend lines. Yeah, it had a pullback today, but look right where the price found support, right at the trend line, and also right at the purple line. So it's kind of a double whammy of support. You had the trend line, you had the 50-period moving average, that purple line, and this is how you would want to see the price behave. Assuming you're bullish, this is good action. This is still representing a move that is healthy and a move that is strong. Now, even if the price falls below there, does that mean that the chart's ruined? It doesn't, but that does, the further it separates to the downside of the purple line, if that were to happen, the more and more evidence it becomes, okay, maybe the bears are starting to take over control of the chart. In terms of areas of resistance, I'm going to go ahead and extend this line out. I think this is still going to play a role. Yes, the price did temporarily get above it for a little bit, but as soon as the price fell back below it, I think, in my opinion at least, that still remains the most important area of resistance for the time being. But from a big picture standpoint, yeah, never a fun thing to see the price pull back. But again, from a bigger picture standpoint, fantastic to see the price respect that trend line and both the 50-period moving average. Next one here, OPEN. And speaking of overall trend lines, so far this one is doing just fine. So yes, the price has pulled back a little bit here on OPEN, but from a big picture standpoint, everything is still building higher bases, and the easiest and cleanest way to see that is just to take an inventory check of, where's the price at relative to the trend line right there, and you can see still nicely up above it. So yes, 258, this area of resistance up here, definitely being very annoying. You can see that was essentially, again, at the start of the day, right, that what rejected the price back down. So that remains public enemy number one at 258. But again, continue to watch a trend line, or if you just want to watch that purple line there. But as long as the price continues to stay above both these areas, best case scenario is that trend line, then overall the trend is still drifting in the bullish direction. Next one is ATNF, and this is tricky to talk about because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. If you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 3 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart is an absolute train wreck. Now, if you care about things from the bigger picture point of view, yeah, there's no doubt about it. You can't deny it. Big pullback here. But again, from the big picture, and let's just say that this is the new low. So it is an area of support. But this low right here at 975, so you can see right there, bounced off 975, 975. So if that is indeed the new low, I'm thinking about it from, again, emphasis here on big picture. Big picture wise, this is a new set and it curls back up. What would you have from the overarching standpoint? If this is a set of lows, then you have a set of lows right here. You have a set of lows here. You have these lows down here. And if you envision each of those as stair steps, well, what do you have? Well, from the big picture, you still very clearly have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's what a truly strong bullish move is going to do. Again, I'm well aware if you're a scalper or day trader that bought right there, you don't care about these stair steps. That's where I'm trying to make the distinguish between somebody that cares about more so a day trading viewpoint scalper versus somebody that cares about the bigger picture. So yes, no doubt about it, big pullback today. But think about that word today, as in one day. Looking at multiple days as we're doing here, you can see the price does still have the opportunity to build that higher stair step. Next one, ONDS. Rough day today here with the big gap down. But from a bigger picture, the price is still trying to maintain some of these key areas. So let's get a couple of these in play here. And the first level is that trend line right there. Price is actually sitting right at that area, which, oops, let's bring that down. There we go. Which would be a very, very impressive sign of strength if the price can maintain above here. Now, if it doesn't, does that mean the overall trend is destroyed? It does not. But it does make it at that point realistic to say, uh-oh, is the price about to be headed down towards that 200 period moving average, that pink line there right now valued at 273. Again, I'm not saying that if the price falls below that trend line, then it's dropping straight down to that level. I'm just saying that kind of opens up a space here on the chart where the price very realistically could start to venture down towards that area. But we also don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because, to be fair, as of right now, the price is doing a great job of holding above that support right there. So that's definitely going to be that key area and preferable area of support. If the price tries to bounce back upwards, key area of resistance, in my opinion, or at least the initial key level right there around $3.77. So yes, today, rough day with the gap down, but as we're just seeing from an overarching standpoint, price still has the opportunity to stay above that trend line. So let's see if the bulls can get that job done. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and overall the chart's fine. Once more, kind of one of those things of perspective. Scalper, day trader that bought right there, yeah, for them, not a good day at all. But if you care about the grand scheme of it all, it's hanging into the levels that you would want to see it hang into, specifically that purple line, which I've talked about quite a bit this video. And here's right here, beautiful, beautiful example. Came down there, found some support right there at that 50 period moving average. Now again, going forward, if the price falls below the 50 period, that doesn't mean Tesla's going bankrupt and the chart's destroyed and anything like that. But if you were to ask, what would make this chart look the healthiest moving forward, certainly staying above that purple line would answer that and would make the chart look very, very strong. In the event, though, the price does not quite hold above it, next key area of support I'd say to keep a close eye on would be down there right around the 333 mark. As far as levels of resistance, the trend line that I drew in yesterday, it's still, I think, in play. After the price fell back below it, check it out. Look how the price, that trend line, look at that. Look how stubborn it's once again become after the price fell back below it on that candle right there. So yes, keep a close eye on that trend line. That'll be the main initial dynamic. And then the next key area of resistance after that, let's change it up to look a little different. If the price can push up through that level, I'd say right there around the 346.50 mark. But yeah, like I said, big picture wise, Tesla is doing just fine. So that wraps up the top 10 list. And again, if you are wanting to become a day trader, want to kick the pattern day trader rule to the curb and trade a market that, quite frankly, makes penny stocks, low float, small caps seem kind of slow moving, then definitely check out the link that you've seen at the top of the screen, because that'll give you access in a very smart way to the market that I've been trading. And again, at the end of the day, I understand if all this sounds maybe a little too good to be true, maybe a little sketchy, totally understand. That's why I'm saying, hey, come ask me questions, come watch it before your very eyes by swinging by and checking out the live stream. Or of course, just ask me questions down in the comment box. So thanks for watching. As always, if you enjoy these top 10 videos, make sure you hit that like button. Take care. And like I said, let me know if you have any questions.